Good evening, members, and welcome to the first Cabinet meeting of 2024. Let's begin with Cabinet members presenting themselves. I will start with Councillor Warren Gibson.
Thank you, Chairman. Evening, Cabinet, evening, members, good evening, officers. Councillor Warren Gibson, Cabinet Member for Strategic Planning.
Evening, everyone. Steve Mountford, Cabinet Member for Resources. Thank you.
Good evening, all. Councillor Russ Savage, Cabinet Member for People and Community.
Good evening, everyone. Councillor Tom Gibson, Cabinet Member for Special Projects and Assets.
Good evening all. Councillor Barry Palmer, Economic Growth and Climate Action.
Good evening, everyone. Councillor Carol Sage, Health, Wellbeing and Housing.
Thank you, members. Apologies for absent.
Thank you, Chairman. Apologies for absence from Councillor Fuller.
Thank you, Anne. Items, any members' interests? No members' interests? Item 3, the meetings of the previous Cabinet meeting, which was held on the 20th December. Is that agreed? I sign the minutes as being correct. Thank you very much. Thank you. Members' questions. I have been notified that Councillor Hart, Skip and Sue Mumford have given notice they may wish to speak or ask a question on items on the agenda. Thank you. Item 4 is the corporate health check. Cabinet, I'm pleased to present this positive report to you. We are a new administration and it's good to have an independent view and a critical friend on the progress that we have made in the Council's transformation journey. This gives confidence as we move forward to modernise the Council and focus our services on the needs of our community. And can I just say, members, this is a good news story, because if members remember, when we first come into the administration, we asked the Local Government Association to come in and do an in-depth look at the Council. And some of the findings they originally found was the fact that 6 layers, tiers of authority, teams working in silo, information could be shared proper, fragmented culture, lack of understanding around roles and responsibility, and poor communications. Well, a year on, the LGA have done this health check, and the LGA have described Castle Point Council as being a completely different organisation to just a year ago. The LGA report praises the Council staff reorganisation, its improved communications and comprehensive delivery of customer-facing projects. This is a vindication of our administration's vision for the organisation and testament to the hard work and dedication to our officers at every level of the Council. The changes in the structure of the organisation, while absolutely necessary, have meant it's not been easy for our officers and members. Despite this, a report says we have continued to deliver to our residents. We know there remains a great deal of work to be done, but this report shows we are on the right track and we have the right plans in place to deliver a modern council with a dedicated and motivated workforce which places residents and customers at the heart of everything. And members, I would just like to say not only thanks to Angela and all the team, and we've all done this transformation journey which is nearly over, but I would also like to thank all the Cabinet members for all the hard work they have done with their officers to make this progress, which has been quite good. Seems we've only been here for a very short time. So thank you very much, members. The purpose of the report, present the Cabinet, the Local Government Association's corporate health check undertaken on the 12th of December. The links to the Council's priorities and objectives. This report links to all the Council's priorities. Please, does the Cabinet note the report? Thank you very much. Moving on. Agenda item 5, the Castle Point Plan, response to the Secretary of State. Councillor Warren Gibson, please introduce this item.
Yeah, thank you, Chairman. The purpose of this report is for the Cabinet to note the letter of possible intervention on the preparation of a new local plan, the response from the Leader and Deputy Leader of the Council, and next steps in the preparation of a revised local development scheme. A bit of background to this report. On the 19th of December 2023, the Secretary of State at the Department of Levelling Up, Homes and Community, the Right Honourable Michael Gove, wrote to the Leader of the Council. The letter, which is Appendix 1 on this report, put the council on notice that as the council did not have an up-to-date local plan in place, he may use his powers under Section 15 of the Planning and Compulsory Purchase Act 2004 and intervene to prepare a plan. The council was one of 7 in England that received similar letters. The letter was published on the day that it was issued. It sought that within 12 weeks, the council revise its local development scheme to show that the new plan is submitted by the end of June 2025. And if the council believes that there are exceptional circumstances why he should not intervene, to write to him on or by 12th of January 2024. It is not clear what form of intervention could take, but it would be that the government prepares a plan or decisions on the plan are taken by the Secretary of State. Either way, the council would lose its plan-making powers. The response from myself and the Leader of the Council is in Appendix 2 on this report, reiterates the Council's commitment to the new Castle Point plan, the cross-party working and governance and the good progress to date. It is not felt that there is any justification for the Secretary of State to intervene. So with that, the proposal of this report is, as it's set out in the response, officers have undertaken an initial review of the LDS and shortened the timetable. This has been discussed and it has been agreed by the Castle Point Plan Delivery Board. The next step will be to present a revised LDS to the Council for approval and submission as required to the Secretary of State. Chairman, I'm not going to read the letters that are out. I mean, they're online and they are available. They're in the public domain. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go straight to the recommendations. And the recommendations are to note the letter from the Secretary of State and the response to that letter from the Leader and the Deputy Leader of the Council, and for officers to revise the local development scheme for decision by the Council.
Thank you, Councillor Gibson. Members, any questions? Any members' questions? No? Okay. Members, there's a recommendation in 2 places. Is that agreed? Agreed. Thank you very much. Item 6, Councillor Warren, please introduce the sports facility strategy.
Thank you, Chairman. The purpose of this report is for the Cabinet to endorse the 2023 update to the play and pitch strategy and action plan. For the Cabinet to endorse the 2023 update to the indoor built facilities strategy and action plan. A bit of background to this report as well. In 2018, the Council, alongside other South Essex authorities, prepared a play and pitch strategy and a built indoor facility strategy for indoor sports provision. These strategies were prepared in conjunction with Sports England and set out how play and pitches and sports facilities will be planned for, improved and enhanced to meet the needs of local people. These strategies are a consideration in planning and also help to direct the Council's investments in sporting related assets. Sports England encourage local authorities to keep these strategies under review through the preparation of annual updates. Where such strategies are reviewed regularly, Sports England is able to support funding bids based upon them and can support planning decisions based on the strategies. To this end, updates to both the strategies were considered and endorsed by the Council's Cabinet in November 2022. The Cabinet is now asked to endorse updates to both strategies again, reflecting data collected in November and December of 2023. So there are 2 recommendations. The first is the Cabinet endorse the play and pitch strategy and action plan 2023 update, which is in Appendix 1. And the second recommendation, the Cabinet endorse the indoor built facility strategy and action plan 2023, which is in Appendix 2. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Councillor Gibson. Members, any questions? Any questions from other members? No? Thank you, members. Members, this is a very important document, and I'd just like to thank those who've had putting this document together, because it's such an important document, especially for the health and well-being of our community, and it's quite a big document, and it lays out our strategy, and if members get a chance, any other members, have a look at it. It's a very in-depth way of what we want to do for our community. So, members, as stated, there are 2 recommendations there. Is that agreed? Thank you very much. Item 7, notice for motion, parking standards. Councillor Warren Gibson, can you please introduce the item?
Thank you, Chair. I've not even bothered turning my microphone off. Purpose of the report is to report to Cabinet to consider whether to report to Council on the budget implications of the motion deferred from Council held on the 29th of November 2023. At the Ordinary Council, held on the 29th of November 2023, Councillor Skip had given notice of the following motion. We call on this Council to begin work on its own parking standards supplementary planning document for adoption by the Council to provide the material planning considerations needed to adequately address parking concerns raised during the planning process. As this motion had budget implications, the motion was deferred without debate for a report to Cabinet. Council Procedure Rule 13 applies. The report is presented to Cabinet to consider the budget implications and whether a report should be made to Council. The proposals of this report are, at the last meeting of Cabinet considered and approved the response to consultation on the Essex Parking Guidance Consultation. Currently, the 2009 Essex Parking Standards are adopted as supplementary planning guidance by the Council. The Levelling Up and Regeneration Act removes supplementary planning documents from the system. To this end, policies related to parking will need to be incorporated into the Castle Point plan as it is prepared. This matter will therefore need to be considered by the Castle Point Plan Board in due course. Council will also need to consider whether to adopt the Essex Parking Guidance in due course, given that parking policies are to be considered through the local plan process. So the motion before Council is unnecessary. So the recommendation is to report to Council that the motion is unnecessary because of the Levelling Up and Regeneration Act, which removes supplementary planning documents from the system, and parking policies are to be developed through it to be undertaken through the local plan and the work of the local plan board.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Councillor Gibson. Members, have we any questions? No? Members, have we any questions? Councillor Skip.
Yeah, thank you, Leader. Yeah, I mean, I welcome the report, so thank you for giving the consideration to my motion that I put to the last Council. My concern is that as recent applications that come into the Council have shown that there is a problem with the parking centres that we currently have adopted, and any changes may not be to the benefit of our residents. I just want to ask the Cabinet member if he's confident that the procedure that you have planned will adequately deal with any issues over the parking efficiencies that we have in the current applications that come to the Council.
Councillor Gibson.
Yeah, thank you, Councillor Skip. Thank you, Chairman. I think if the question was, I think I understand it is, am I confident that the Castle Point Plan Board will make the necessary arrangements and will adopt a necessary parking policy? Then, yeah, the answer is yes. Thank you, Chairman. Thank you.
Councillor Skip, is that okay for it? Yeah. Thank you, Councillor Skip. Members, the item carries one recommendation. Is that agreed? Thank you, members. Item 8, matters to be referred from the standing committees. There are no matters. Item 9, matters to be referred from the Policy and Scrutiny Committees. There are no matters. That concludes formal business for tonight, everybody, and I thank you for turning up and good evening.